It is Mr. Bradley Wells, who is a clinical assistant professor in the UB Department of Architecture and has been practicing architecture for an impressive 40 years, with experience spanning Boston, New York City, and here in Buffalo. Bradley is the visionary behind the Small Built Works, SBW for short, program at UB, which established in 2001 to produce community benefit projects. His collaborations have enriched our local landscape and include partnerships with the Allentown Association, Art Voice, Forever Elmwood, the Symphony Circle Steering Committee, El Museo Gallery, and many more. His work has not only benefited these organizations, but has also garnered prestigious awards such as the NCARB Grand Prize for the Creative Integration of Education and Practice, and the Public Art Competition at the Birchfield Penny Art Center. Bradley's dedication to community engagement is evident in his extensive list of projects, including the Lower West Side Resources and Building Corp., Tracy Street Block Hub, Connecticut Street Business Association, and the Greening Collaborative. His efforts have been published in the Journal of Architectural Education, highlighting his impact on energizing the public realm in Buffalo. Currently, Bradley is involved in exciting projects like the expansion of Burning Books on Connecticut Street and the East Side WEDI Job Training Center. He is also co-founder of the East Side Parkways Coalition, advocating for the removal of routes 198 and 33 highways, and the restoration of Humble Parkway to reconnect Delaware and MLK Parks with the original Bidwell-like Parkway. Bradley's career is a testament to his commitment to blending education, practice, and community service. His work with multimedia performance troupes and art galleries in Buffalo and Boston further showcases his diverse talents and dedication to arts. So, for our final speaker before intermission and our fifth speaker of the night, let's be loud for Mr. Bradley Wells.
Thank you. Just by the way, it's only really my mom that calls me Bradley. Everyone else, it's just Brad. Here in Buffalo, we have the first ever fully connected citywide park and parkway system in the history of the United States. This is an international landscape treasure. It's unique, it's one of a kind, and it's been desecrated by many factors, much of them having to do with highway infrastructure. You can see here that the tunnel that's proposed is a very tiny Band-Aid. Nobody likes this compared to what Olmsted originally designed. This is exhaust plumes coming out of each end, 900 feet, and just take a second to think about low life expectancy on either side of the highway in the 99th percentile in the state of New York. Also notice Black Rock and Lower West Side, where the prevailing wind comes across. Highway infrastructure irrefutably causes early death in our neighborhoods. This is DOT's, this is what we have now. They gave us the word plumes. The plumes are more concentrated. DOT whited out the neighborhood. My students, when we studied it, indicated all the cultural organizations in the area. The group that we formed, East Side Parkways Coalition, ESP, went door to door canvassing for plaintiffs for the lawsuits, which are going to be heard tomorrow. You may have heard that this is the community wanted the tunnel. The community does not want the tunnel. Right now, this is Region Central, GBNRTC, two drawings that are stitched together, completely segmented. Highway removal for the west side, no highway removal for the east side. By definition, this is environmental racism. The two groups that have been working on this, ROC and Skagit Corridor Coalition, are venerable groups. They're heroes. but at the same time, working so hard to try to pull something off when DOT actually renames Humboldt Parkway, Skajakwita Parkway, with 10 lanes of paved vehicles down the middle, dangerous for children, maintaining their through lanes. On the other hand, we could have this. In my office, we morphed the DOT's, GBNRTC's drawings to show Bidwell Parkway like. We know that the setting for the east side, we know that the 198 is not necessary. There's only 23,000 cars and only 8% of them go all the way. Our organization is trying to bring all the communities together, link the two projects, go for complete highway removal where we don't need those highways, and highway removal to Boulevard maybe 5 to 10 years from now, where we also probably don't need that capacity. This is one of the most beautiful drawings I thought that came out of my studio last semester. It shows the complete removal of these highways and the restoration. I think the Coles house is up around in here. Complete restoration. Now, in order to create this incredibly segmented and toxic environment for the next 80 to 100 years, it's going to cost $1 billion. Plumes are going to come out each end. Cutting across here is Skajakwita, buried Skajakwita drain. There's no way to extend the tunnel northward. Filling it in is half the price because the DOT is so far behind in its maintenance of their retaining walls. They're going to have to completely remove those retaining walls. Pounding soldier piles in front of people's houses. Thank you for showing that, soldier piles, Mark. The traffic data, we foiled GBNRTC's traffic data. Right now, the radials can take all of the 75,000 cars ADT and only be at half capacity. Also, we have a study in the works that shows that it is probably worth $1 trillion more, $1 trillion more in economic benefit for the east side to reinfuse commerce onto the radials. Existing Buffalo railways, really only one passenger line in the city, and then we got Amtrak. So we're also looking at now, we've started teaming with Citizens for Regional Transit. Jeff was in our class this morning, and we could actually double the capacity from the east by infusing the radials and also potentially building out up to 3 new train lines. That would take about 20 years. So we got to get going now. What's the value of a public park system unique in all the world? What's the value of human health? For half the price, we ask, ESP asks, is anyone interested in making Buffalo first and best in the country again? Tomorrow we have our day in court. Come on down, 1 o'clock. We're hoping to get a couple hundred people down there. And then we go in at 2 p.m. for the hearing. We meet every first and third Fridays with ESP. First and third, what did I say? First and third Thursdays, thank you. And we have a pretty good website, check it out. And my wife, Beth, runs our Instagram. Thank you so much. She does a great job.